Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
Well, we have reached a milestone in this 2018 high school football season around the Sac Joaquin section, and that milestone will be Week 10, the final week of regular season play. And Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week comes to you tonight from Elk Grove at Cosumnes Oaks High School, where host Franklin is going to square off with visiting Sheldon in a Week 10 Delta League matchup. Good evening and welcome to the Cosumnes Oaks Franklin Community Stadium here on the campus of Cosumnes Oaks High School, along with the Imperator of Analysis, Hall of Famer Jim Domino. I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard for what we figure to be a very unpredictable, provocative type game that on paper, on the surface, looks like it could be a one-sided affair. Jim Domino, Sheldon has already locked up the Delta League title. Franklin, under a new head coach, Evan Boylan, struggling in his first year. So all bets are off in terms of the predictability factor.
They certainly are off, but don't let Franklin fool you here. They'll put up a fight here tonight with this young ball club, I'll tell you that. Now, Joe Catolico's clinched it with a great win last Saturday over Jesuit, but tonight, I'm sure they want to go undefeated in the league and be mentally prepared as they go into playoff competition the following week. However, Franklin, as in the past, has a lot of good athletes. They're young this year, and I look for them to put up a pretty good fight here tonight in front of a great, not a homecoming crowd, but a great senior night crowd.
It is a huge senior night recognition evening as an added attraction to this season's finale for the regular season. And it should be noted that, and we'll go into more of this in detail, but Franklin playing shorthanded tonight. Lots of injuries, but especially to some key players, and we'll dot that I as we come to it. Now, this series has had a wonderful tradition of close, hard-fought, intense ball games in Delta League play. And if we look back at the last meeting between these two teams about a year ago, it's indicative of the excellent nature of the series between these two teams that have slugged it out over the years, trading salvo after salvo. And the game we covered a year ago, Imperator, is no exception to that buildup.
You got that right. September 29 of 2017, we were covering that football game, won by Sheldon 28-24. A late rally by Sheldon put it away. Wildcats gave them all they want. Lampley had 3 big touchdowns, and 28-24, and then Rundgren, Smith, and Johnson carried the ball with that, as you well know, that vaunted Sheldon running game. And you'll see a bit of it tonight.
Most assuredly, that we can count on. And in that game, Coach, nice balance in that Sheldon scoring. 2 rushing touchdowns by Smith, who we'll see tonight, and 2 through the air as Salinas went to Johnson a pair of times for touchdowns.
And by the way, they're all back, aren't they?
They're back, and as you said, Lampley's excellent night overshadowed somewhat with the 3 scores. Now, the last outings for these 2 ball clubs, certainly not memorable as far as Franklin is concerned, but another notch in the season's slate for Joe Catolico's Sheldon Huskies.
Well, where Franklin got blanked by Davis, 27-0, and Blue Devils scored 21 of their 27 points in the second half. So Franklin played them very tough early, but as happens when you don't have a lot of depth and injuries, why that second half was a little rough. But meanwhile, at Jesuit, in a fantastic overtime game, just one of the best games that I've seen this year. Block kick and a missed chip shot in regulation cost Jesuit that football game. And then the Huskies had a big interception in that overtime. And of course, halfback Smith played a big role, both ends of the football. Outstanding as a linebacker, outside linebacker, and running for tough yards inside.
You were there at that game, the former site of Loyola Field. Now, new construction, upgrades there, nice facility, and it was a matinee performance, but that did not deter Joe Catolico's ball club from coming away with the big W.
A very, very important feature, Will. Anytime you go over to Jesuit and have to play on a hot afternoon, it was over 80 degrees, and on turf, that equals probably closer to 90 degrees with little to no breeze. I give Joe a lot of credit of really being tough in that second half. Now, Jesuit plays home day games all year long, so that's nothing for them. But the Huskies showed that they're in great physical shape, great desire, and won out in that overtime with great team effort.
Team effort, the trademark of any Joe Catolico coached ball club. And if we take a look at the impact players, that will underscore that sentiment. For the Sheldon Sentinels, as you mentioned, bread and butter is spread on the ground.
Oh, gosh, yes. They love to run the football. Probably more like a 90 to 10% ratio. And they love to run, but Salinas can throw. But once again, Coach Catolico and his staff prefer to run the football. And I'll tell you, keep an eye on their tight end and their fullback, Joseph, because they're apt to take you to the football. They are tremendous blockers, and watch them tonight, and not just ball carrier Smith. Keep an eye on their fullback leading the way, as well as the blocking of their tight end. And I know we're going to talk a little more about him later.
We will indeed. The fullback being Fabian Joseph, he'll wear 34, and the tight end is Elijah Pierce, number 5, a versatile player, and we'll go into that a little bit later as well. Now, as far as the impact players for Coach Boylan's ball club, serious injuries have depleted skill position players.
Well, let's start at quarterback, where young Justin Hayden is going to make his first start. The young junior hasn't played quarterback, and Brandon Rundgren, an outstanding quarterback, having a huge year. We'll talk more about his stats later, but I'll tell you, that's a big shoes to fill, but Justin Hayden is going to get his feet wet tonight. And then number 21, Josiah Allen, and I'll tell you, he's having a year, 630 yards. He scored 7 touchdowns. He's a great receiver out of the backfield. He's run some kickoffs back this year, featured by a 95-yard kickoff return. Watch Hosea Allen, another junior. Ian Charles, a tough fullback, two-way starter, outstanding linebacker. And Mosey Sua, keep an eye on him. He'll play a little bit of running back. We'll watch him as a linebacker. He's a hitter and has 38 tackles.
Well, that is how we have the table set this evening for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. We're here in Elk Grove at Casumnas Oaks High School, where host Franklin is taking on the visiting Sheldon Huskies in tonight's matchup. So don't wander off. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we'll join Lauren Goodman, who has lots more on tonight's regular season finale. Stick around.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh, no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
Estimated time, 47 hours.
they will beg,
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
they will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome aboard. Here we are tonight in Elk Grove at Cosumnes Oaks High School, and it's the final regular season game for the 2018 high school football season. Tonight, it's Franklin High School playing host to Sheldon in a Week 10 Delta League matchup. Let's now turn our attention to field level and pick up Lauren Goodman.
From Sheldon High School. He's in his 11th season overall, and he is in his 3rd season with Sheldon High School. Okay? Now, Joe Catalico has won 5 Delta River League championships when he was back with PG. Also, he reached the playoffs in the last 9 seasons, so Coach has headed them into the right direction. Also, Coach has a 16-6 overall SGS playoff record, so Coach is well prepared. And he had his best season in 2010, where his team went 13-1, and they won the SJS Division I championship. Now, in that game, they defeated Monterey Trail 21-6. Now, for the whole team, we have Evan Boylan in his inaugural season here at Franklin. He has an overall record of 2-7, but he's just getting himself under the control and kind of meeting his team and getting used to the system. Now he succeeds Mike Johnson, who was the inaugural head coach here. Mike actually was a coach from 2004 to last season in 2017, only coach here. So Boylan's only in his 2nd head coach here at Franklin, so he's in a good, well-positioned, just starting out in his 1st year. For the series history between these two teams, they've played, tonight will be their 12th meeting overall, and this has been a series of streaks. Franklin leads right now 6-5, and they are definitely going to be a heated battle. Sheldon won the first 3 games, and they won the first 4 of 5. Also, after Sheldon did their thing, Franklin came in and won the last 5 straight from 2010 to 2016. Last season, where the guys already kind of alluded to, was the matchup that came to a head. Wildcats, Jalen Lumsey scores 3 TDs, giving the Wildcats a 24-21 lead overall, but the Huskies staged a determined comeback against the Wildcats. They led for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and 1 coming in the last 5 seconds of the game. These two teams know each other very well, and there's going to be a heated rivalry continuing here. Back to you, Will.
Number 7. Harper Cox.
Thank you very much, Lauren. A beautiful evening in Elk Grove tonight for this Week 10 matchup here in the Delta League's regular season finale. And we're going to go ahead and take a break right now and come back for more of Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
Thank you.
Okay, a beautiful evening tonight for a Week 10 Delta League matchup here as Franklin High School plays host to the visiting Sheldon Huskies. Franklin coming in at an uncharacteristic 2-7, while Joe Catolico's Huskies check in at an outstanding 8-1 and an unblemished 5-0 in Delta League play. They have clinched the Delta League title with that amazing overtime victory over Jesuit High School last week, a Saturday matinee out in Carmichael. And head coach Evan Boylan of Franklin in his first year guiding the Wildcats after Mike Johnson's departure. His ball club hurt with key injuries to a number of important starters. So Joe Freeman is our game referee tonight, assigned by the NCOA. Chad Sindel, the umpire. Head linesman Tony Stanton. The line judge Joshua Aragon. And Aaron Vaughn will serve as our back judge this evening. So host Franklin will be kicking from our right to our left. Sheldon to receive. And Newton hits a bounding squib kick that bounces around and it's fielded. And it's going to be spotted at about the 32-yard line, so good field position for the Huskies as they take the field with their offensive unit, headed by quarterback Francisco Salinas. He wears number 9. Fabian Joseph, the fullback. Terrell Smith having a banner season. He has rushed for 1,195 yards. Janelle and Graves, outstanding receivers, and Pierce, excellent tight end. And the interior line has played well, anchored by the veteran Nick Garcia. 1st and 10 from the 32. So they toss and go left, short yardage. A gain out to about the 38, about a 5-yard pickup. And there's the Franklin defense here. Dorsey, the best pass rusher with 4 sacks. And leading tacklers in that linebacking core, Suwa and Charles. And then the secondary, they're going to have their hands full guarding those speedy receivers. And of course, Sheldon Smith and Allen, key players out there. Pickup of 6, make it 2nd and 4 from the 38. Turn and throw, quick hitch, right side, cut it back inside, and plenty for a first down and a whole lot more. as they go down to Graves on the play. 1st and 10.
Still in Husky territory. 449-yard line, 1st and 10.
Just underway here at Cosumnes Oaks High School. Franklin, the host team tonight, entertaining Delta League champion Sheldon. The Huskies with the pill. Nice hole off the left side and a good 6-yard blast, maybe closer to 7. Terrell Smith has had a super duper season for the Huskies.
6-yard gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 4. Huskies, tackle made by number 21, Josiah Allen.
Well, they're going to call it a 6-yard run. We'll make it 2nd and 4. The gain to the Franklin 45. Double wide receivers to the left, I formation, turn and give. Smith barrels ahead, 1st down, Huskies, a gain to the 39.
Good enough for Huskies, 1st down.
They spot it at the 40. Up to the line come the Huskies. They dispatch to the near side, Graves. Turn and give. They love to run the football, and they blast ahead with a good offensive line surge to the 35. And I'll tell you, Jim, that's been their bread and butter all season. And this is no exception tonight. There you see Smith going off the field. Okay, they need 4 for a 1st down. They run it straight ahead and blast. They're close, and we'll see where they spot it. Well, as the Huskies drive inside the 30, the audio scenario needs attention. And with that in mind, the clock rolls at 8:55. Double wide receivers to the far side. Straight ahead, now angle right to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5.
6-yard gain on the run by number 9.
So they park the football inside the 25. It's an impressive drive so far.
Oh, very much. Once again, that fullback, Joseph, will take you to the ball, and Smith runs hard. Fabian Joseph has an outstanding blocker.
Spinning move. Excellent individual effort right there. Elijah Pierce.
Once again, Smith, he runs so tough. North-south runner, downhill runner, gaining yards, moving the chains.
Touchdown Huskies. There you see their top touchdown maker. And in that instance, they put 6 on the board, courtesy of Terrell Smith.
Well, that was Terrell's 18th touchdown this year. What a year he's having.
On for the PAT, Skylar Guzman out of the hole to Pierce, spotted, booted, on the way, got it. At 7:37 of the first. And Terrell Smith doing what he does best. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports.
Bye-bye. Hi.
Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Well, Sheldon ready to kick off after an impressive scoring drive on their initial possession that started at the 32-yard line. We'll call it a 68-yard drive in 10 plays. Short kickoff taken at the 12-yard line and dropped. And the loose football near the sideline, and it's a fumble recovery. Sheldon High has the football deep in Franklin territory, and the recovery picked up by Ziantra Brooks. So, first and 10 from the 25. Straight ahead blast for about 5.
Well, once again, figure that the ball, Coach Catalico is going to give that ball to Smith and pound between the tackles, and they do it well.
He is, Jim, and he has really set the example with his durability and dynamic play. Short yardage off the left side, but close to a first down. So the Huskies are in good shape here. The football spotted at the 15-yard line. First and 10. So Sheldon up to the line, already on top 7-0 with the initial drive. Turn and give, a stutter step by Smith, and he's dropped shy of the 10. Pickup of about 3 to the 12. I got nothing. Okay, they cut it back to the middle of the field. Second and third effort near the goal line. Stop just shy inside the 1.
Okay.
Okay, 5:42. Here's another look at that last blast. Boy, look at that. It was a loose football. And Franklin may have snuck in there and made a recovery deep in the run zone, and they have not. So the score holds up. 13-zip on for the PAT. Spotted, booted, on the way. Got it. At 5:42 of the first, Sheldon strikes again. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie.
Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Okay, Sheldon ready to kick off. They've scored twice, once on their own drive and once being set up by a Franklin turnover, a fumble, the first time they got the football. So Guzman to do the booting, soccer player, puts a toe into it, taken bobbled and dropped and picked up near the 5. Coming to the near side now, trying to pick up a block and finds an alley. Nice cut to the outside. Spirited run back right there to salvage something out of nothing. That was beautifully done. Tip of the cap to Josiah Allen. Okay, on the attack, the Wildcats, they keep it on the ground and get across the 45 to about the 46, short yardage. But a very nice job on the kickoff return to at least give the Wildcats some breathing room here on their second possession. Second and 9, football at the 46. Motion in the backfield. Turn and give. Allen, big hole, cuts it back and has a first down carry into Sheldon territory at the Husky 44.
Josiah Allen has had a big year for the Franklin Wildcats this year. Comes into this contest with 630 yards and 7 touchdowns. Will, he's their main man, young junior like many of them on this squad.
Okay, so fresh set of downs for Franklin. Motion again. They stay low. Allen sidesteps a man and gets ahead for a nice gain. Shy of a first, but an excellent move to pick up about 6 on the play. So we'll call it 2nd and 3. There you see Terrell Smith, the outside backer on that last stop. Allen again. They were waiting for him this time. Nothing doing. Good run defense that time. In on the play nicely, Michael Hall.
You see Justin Hayden coming to the sidelines, getting direction from coach. His first game ever as a starting quarterback for the Wildcats.
What a challenge, Jim. That young man, a wide receiver by trade, thrust into the fray due to the injury to Brandon Rundgren. Gee whiz, left side run, hard shots.
Once again, Sua, the outstanding linebacker for the Franklin Wildcats. Mosey Sua with good hard running. Will, moving, looks like not quite enough for that first down, but close.
Even though they've got a 1st and 10 up on the board, the ball goes over to Sheldon, so they held. Tough luck for Franklin on a pretty good drive. 1st and 10 Huskies. Outside the Sheldon 30. Flag is thrown and they blow this play dead.
Dead ball. False start. 53 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So it's going to be a penalty walk-off against Sheldon. .328, first period slipping away here at Cosumnes Oaks High School. Regular season final in the Delta League matchup with Sheldon and Franklin. sweep left, stacked up. Joe Catolico's ball club has already clinched the Delta League title and preparing for playoff action in 1 week's time, and we'll have to wait until tomorrow when the seating committee figures out what the pairings are going to be.
Yes, that'll be a lot of anxious moments for many, many teams out there, since out of 181 high schools playing football, 78 are going to be chosen or selected tomorrow afternoon, Will.
Yes, they will. Left side run. Look at that line surge. Barreling ahead for good yardage again are the Huskies.
Well, that's the trademark of the Huskies through the years. As you know, Coach Catolico ball club is going to come right at you and line up with that tight end, Pierce, and a two-back set. You don't see too much of this anymore in so-called modern-day football, but I can tell you one thing. Joe Catolico through the years, both at Pleasant Grove and at Sheldon, has certainly capitalized on that running attack between the tackles.
So it's 3rd and short. They need about 3 for another first down. There's the hole. He spotted it in big daylight. Look at him go. Terrell Smith, one of the top backs in the region, broke off a big one and sets up the Huskies just outside the red zone.
Once again, early in this ball game, 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and I'll tell you right now, that defense, that Franklin Wildcat defense, is getting tested by that straight ahead downhill running. Look at this, as you see. Here's Smith breaking it wide open, huge hole, and picking up about 40.
1st and 10 from the Franklin 23. Turn and give. They run left. Nice sidestep move. Breaks a tackle to the goal line. Touchdown Huskies on a brilliant run. That time cashed in with a splendid effort that time. Justin Williams really showed some stuff on that play.
He showed power and moves, and I'll tell you, outstanding move. You better tackle him. You're not just going to put an arm tackle in the secondary on number 1, Justin Williams, one of the running mates with the great Smith. Really, Tyrell Smith and he, what a pair.
There's the PAT from Guzman on the way. Got it. He's 3 for 3, and it's 21-zip. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's put a ride home.
The Sheldon Huskies striking early and often on top, 21-zip, with less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter in this Delta League regular season final. One bounce on the kickoff. Here's the run back by Franklin. The Wildcats really in a bit of trouble here, and deep in their territory, the run back dropped near, well, gee whiz, inside the 20 for sure on the run back that time. Sheldon Smith, no room to work.
Sheldon Smith, their outstanding wide receiver. You're exactly right, Will. There wasn't anywhere. He tried to turn a corner, and there was a swarm of Wildcats, Huskies waiting for him. As we look at the bench here, quickly, Coach Boylan in his first year here, learning the hard way with a bunch of young sophomore junior squad, and I'll tell you, he does a good job with those kids, and believe me, they'll have a lot of guys back next year, and certainly will pose a threat in this tough Delta League.
Quick shot, picked off, pick 6. Oh my goodness. On the first pass attempt taken by Franklin, Boy, were they waiting for that or what? And with the theft and the pick six, that was beautifully done. What a superior theft that time. Gabriel Brown, the strong safety, swiped it and took it strong.
Well, he certainly did. It looked like he was catching a touchdown pass himself. He made that pick look so easy.
27-0. Guzman on for his fourth PAT attempt here, still in the first quarter. And got it. 4 for 4. Let's take a look at that pick six by Gabe Brown.
Okay, there you see Hayden now back for his first pass. And there it is. Brown waiting for it like it was thrown to him.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
The Huskies of Sheldon preparing to kick off after their fourth touchdown here in the first quarter. A couple of turnovers accounting for half of that. A short kickoff taken at the 14-yard line. And the run back strung out to the far sideline. Noble effort. And give credit to Sheldon Smith on the run back. So they'll open shop here with the 1st and 10. And they park the football right at the Franklin 30-yard line. There you see first-year head coach Boylan. Okay, up to the line come the Wildcats, and they send multiple wide receivers to the right and show motion in the backfield. And here comes the motion to the near side. Well diagnosed, well contained. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe there was nowhere for Josiah Allen to go. Team pursuit were all over as linebackers Bright, McLaughlin, along with Pierce, Hall, etc. Tough Husky defense. Okay, there you see that inside sweep, handoff to Allen, and there's great team pursuit, and you see a lot of white jerseys around the football.
No gain, 2nd and 10, turn and give. Bounce it outside, but too many Huskies there to shut that down. Good individual effort there, but to no avail. Allen really had nowhere to go.
Now once again, the Sheldon D coming off their blocks, great team pursuit. And as we see this again, do you see Allen trying to go inside, he bounces it outside, but he's met by several tacklers there when he's trying to turn the corner, Will.
That was a tough 3-yard run. 3rd and 7 for the Cats. Allen takes the handoff and he's grabbed immediately. Well short, obviously, of a first down. That's going to bring up 4th and long. We played one here at Cosumnes Oaks High School. On top big, Sheldon 28, zip over Franklin. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Punt formation shown by the Franklin Wildcats. William Solano to do the booting here on 4th and 7. The single safety, Dylan Janelle for the Huskies. A short punt. He comes up to meet it. Takes it outside the 40. Blasted hard. Here's a fumble recovery and a run back for Franklin to the 25. How about that, Lucas Mayo?
Alert Lucas Mayo, one of the few seniors on his team, quickly picked up that fumble and scampered down to about the 20, but they're bringing the football back to approximately the 40, and perhaps the ruling is he can't advance that. Maybe it didn't go in the air, he picked up off the ground.
Well, that's the type of a play, however, that'll help Franklin try to remain in this game.
Well, they need a little spark, and maybe that will provide that spark now. Justin Hayden in his first varsity start at quarterback, filling in for one of the top players in the area, Brandon Rundgren.
1st and 10 from the Sheldon 42. He wants to throw, slips away from trouble. Boom! Drilled on a hard tackle right there. And Terrell Smith, when he hits them, they stay hit.
Well, he's as good as he's one of the outstanding outside backers in the city, as well as one of the top running backs. He really goes downhill, north-south when he's running the football. He gives you the extra yards after contact, and there you saw him and his hitting ability on D.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. We're early here in the second quarter, in case you've just dropped by. It's Sheldon and Franklin. Franklin throwing. Here's another interception, and it could be another pick six. Anticipated all the way. Oh, my goodness. Dylan Janelle with the theft and a run back in excess of 50 yards. Ooh, daddy. That was an easy theft. The second interception return for a touchdown this evening by the Sheldon Huskies. The first by Gabriel Brown, and now by cornerback Dylan Janelle as Guzman comes on for the PAT. Got it. He's 5 for 5, 35 zip Sheldon, and we'll return for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Sheldon's Dylan Janelle with the theft. At the 40, it's going to be a 60-yard pick six return. Nobody near him. The second occasion this evening that a Sheldon DB has had the pick and the six. 35-0 early here in the second quarter. Guzman, line drive kickoff away from the returner. Trying to find an alley up the left sideline. Little bit of room over there.
Josiah Allen, once again, he's been their workhorse this year for their team on offense, and brought it up to decent field position there, approximately, I thought it was a little further, but he did step out of bounds on the 30, Will, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And let's see if they can get something going here. And I can see why Coach Boylan, an ex-quarterback himself who likes to throw the football, might be a little hesitant here with a young man starting his first football game.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does have reluctance. Turn and give. Allen is a tough customer, coming to the near side after breaking tackles. Chopped down finally. Wow, Fabian Joseph, 34, plays for keeps. Allen, despite the lopsided score, a real trooper, having a good ball game with what's been available to him.
Well, he certainly has. He hasn't let up. He's not letting the score indicate anything in his style of play. He's going all out with max effort.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. They run left this time. Harrison, nothing doing. Doesn't get anywhere near turning the corner. A loss on the play.
Well, he was under heavy pressure there by linebacker McLaughlin, number 44, who was right there with him and forced him to go east-west rather than get up the field.
So 3rd and 7 now. We're at the 10-minute mark. Early here in the second quarter. Early shock treatment applied by the Sheldon Huskies on their offense from scrimmage and their defense turning into offense with 2 pick-6 touchdowns. Hayden at the quarterback position, hands off. Janelle up for part of that stop on the run play. Allen, he'll be exhausted after this game, to be sure.
Oh, for sure. He's going to be exhausted a bit at the half, I'll tell you that, because everywhere he goes, their Huskies are everywhere. Their team pursuit is outstanding. So here we are once again in the punt formation.
4th and 6. Solano to do the booting for the Wildcats. Big rush, blocked, picked up on the run, and if they let this count, another touchdown for the Huskies. Dylan Janelle picked up the chump change and walked in with it after a block. Hunt may have been there, or Graves, but the defense has turned 3 touchdowns tonight so far for the Huskies.
Wow. Oh, when you talk about special teams and turnovers, I should say, we've had 3 big ones.
Chip shot PAT on the way, and it's a bullseye. At 9:20 early second, Sheldon has scored again, and we'll take a look at the block punt. High snap. Roaring in there from the right side. Pierce had the block, and the TD right there. Let me correct that. That is Terrell Smith with that touchdown. We'll be right back. Well, it has been quite a defensive showcase for the Sheldon Huskies. It's been a while since I've seen the defense outscore the offense.
Well, it's happening here tonight, right in front of our eyes. And, you know, Joe prepping his team for the playoffs upcoming starting next week. And hopefully with another victory here, he has a chance to draw one of those bye spots and be a seeded team. We'll talk about that a little later.
Guzman, a short kickoff. Taken inside the 10-yard line. The run back to the far side of the field. And it's going to be mediocre field position upcoming for the Wildcats. after the run back by Montgomery. So they'll spot the football at the 28. 1st and 10 upcoming for the Wildcats. A balmy evening here in Elk Grove tonight. Short sleeve weather. Not even a whisper of a breeze, but very pleasant conditions for this Delta League regular season finale. Allen has the handoff and cannot get away. Husky tacklers everywhere to shut that down.
There's Coach Catalico. You see him, veteran coach, having won sectional titles at Pleasant Grove High School prior to transferring here about 3 years ago. And, you know, he just been a very successful coach no matter where he's been. Optimus All-Star winner as well.
2nd and 7. Allen's got the handoff. It's going to be a long, long night for Allen and the Wildcats. 3rd and about 6 upcoming. 8:20 clock rolling here in the second quarter of a one-sided ball game that we certainly anticipated, but not this quick and not this much.
Well, Sheldon a heavy favorite coming in, but they've also been a recipient of 3 huge turnovers, which not necessarily they need, but that opened this game wide open.
Well, Hayden hands off again. I do not know how Allen can ever get any running room when these Sheldon defensive players are stacked and waiting for him. So negligible gain on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and about 6. And another punt formation shown by the Wildcats.
Let's see if they protect Solano this time. They blocked the last one. Bad
Another
snap.
high snap. It gets away from him. He's chased, gets away, comes to the near side and dropped for a big loss. And the Huskies will have the football, but a flag flies. Very tough luck tonight for Franklin. Joe Freeman, our game referee.
There's only a warning.
Okay, call it a sideline warning. That does not change down and distance or spot of the football. The Huskies are set up on a silver platter inside the Franklin 20. We'll call it the 18-yard line.
Once again, the Huskies in position to go in for another score. We're still very early in that second quarter with a 42-0 margin. Huskies got the ball on the approximately the 18-yard line.
Okay, they split the backs behind Salinas. Turn. Oh, look at this razzle-dazzle to the outside. Untouched until he gets to the goal line. What a play coming up there on the quick handoff. Ziantra Brooks took it in, but a flag flies.
We have holding. Number 34 of the offense. That is 10 yards from the spot. Repeat first down.
Well, he called out the fullback's number, Fabian Joseph.
Yeah.
But that was a very quick ball
well
exchange.
Executed. Let's look at this play here. That's outstanding. It looks like he hands off to the halfback, but he gives the ball to number 21 coming around. Just a great call by Sheldon. Outstanding. Number 21 with a great coming around. Ziantra Brooks, a senior. He got to the end zone in a hurry, didn't he, Will?
He certainly did. The walk-off will make it a 1st and 20 now for the Huskies. That should not disturb them too much. Salinas turns and gives it to his lead back, and he's chopped down. Williams trying to get outside. Excellent effort there on the low tackle. Credit J.J. Allen.
Well, we've seen a lot of him tonight, and he's making a valiant effort. I don't care what the score is. Josiah Allen just doing an outstanding job for the Wildcats.
And they lose. Looks like they lost a yard or so, but it's going to bring up a toss here. Left side running. Well, despite the score, Franklin's defense is still hitting hard. Terrell Smith will attest to that. A good bite, though, about a 10-yard run. So they get back to penalty yardage.
Here they see that quick pitch to Terrell Smith. It's hard to stop him from yards. Good effort by the D, but he gets up the field quickly.
He does indeed. 3rd and 10. Let's see how the Huskies play this. He wants to throw. Fires, keeps it, tucks it, and running straight up now, shoved back and dropped at about the 15-yard line.
He pumped it and nowhere to go with the football, so he runs it, but he ran very high and he better protect the football because the Wildcats were trying to strip that ball away from quarterback Salina.
It turns out to be a 5-yard run despite all the shenanigans out here. And the Imperator is always correct about recommendations on how to protect the football. So 4th down, of course they'll go for it. Graves dispatched wide to the right. Everyone else packed in tight. They need to get inside the 10. They need about a 5-yard gain here. Right side running, Terrell Smith cuts it, keeps it, sneaks inside the 5. Touchdown Huskies, Terrell Smith. What determination there as he changed direction, cut it back to the center of the field, and then powered up. 48-0 at the 4:40 mark, 2nd quarter. Guzman is going to need a vacation after tonight's game. Another PAT on the way. Okay.
Watch the handoff here. They're pulling lineman. He's got the big 75 in front. Watch that move by Smith. Boy, he knows where the end zone is. He did fumble, but he broke the plane.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Rack 'em up, 8-ball here at Cosumnes Oaks High School. Sheldon High really pouring it on against short-handed Franklin. 49-zip Huskies. Here's their kickoff following in the TD by Smith. Taken inside the 10. Coming to the near side with some flashy moves. Allen has really played a tremendous game thus far, given the odds. Well, that was spectacular.
It was Josiah Allen practically doing it all on his own, and never say die. And with halftime coming up in approximately 4 minutes here, let's see if Franklin could put together a drive and at least get on the scoreboard once prior to the half.
33-yard run back sets up Franklin 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 41. Another look. All the way across the field.
Nice job by Josiah Allen. Look at him.
On 1st down, they send it straight up the middle. You guessed it. Boy, there was a gaping hole right there, and Allen couldn't believe his eyes, as he would have liked to have had the carry, but instead, the beneficiary of that open daylight, Ian Charles.
Well, Jacob, the young Jacob Bias, a young junior. You're right, Will, correction. Ian Charles.
So they run up the middle. Charles another carry, and I certainly understand that because Josiah Allen has already played enough intensity for an entire ball game here, still with nearly 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, Fabian Joseph doesn't get many carries, Will. He does the dirty work blocking for Smith. So it's nice to see him get some carries.
Franklin on the move. Hard hitting going on down there. 3 consecutive carries by Ian Charles moves the football to shy of a first down, but it's going to bring up, they park it at the 37 of Sheldon. They need 5.
Franklin on the move, a nice drive here, 3rd and about 5, a long 5.
Charles, not this time. Shut down nicely. A flag flies, 2 flags, 3 flags, 4 flags. Let's everybody throw one. My. No need for that in a 49-0 debacle.
Surprising that tempers would flare with a point differential like that, Will.
It is. Hopefully it's not a case of pouring salt into the wounds. Nothing for the Huskies to brag about as they coast with a 49-point lead.
I know, that's a nice shot of, we've got 5 officials recording them in their tablets.
Yes, they are. There you see them. And
Summit Conference.
With the Jeopardy theme song, quite appropriate. Art Fleming would be proud. So 2:35 to go, late first. This is week 10.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike penalty against the defense, number 13. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike penalty, 43 of the offense. Those penalties will offset. 4th down.
Well, that's something uncharacteristic for high school football. I would imagine referee Joe Freeman has been calling a lot of college action as well. But you don't hear the player identification too often, usually by mistake.
Well, we have a double foul and a dead ball foul, so we don't see that very often. And like I said, not having seen what occurred after the play, however, it counts as a no down, no play. We'll redo it. Offset.
Okay, timeout on the field, and we'll step back for a little bit of a break. Stay with us.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing,
Yeah.
is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Bad moon rising as far as the Franklin Wildcats are concerned. 49-0 Sheldon on top. Here's a 4th and 3 upcoming for the hosts. Hayden rolls, looks, throws up the right sideline. Incomplete. Going for Josiah Allen on the play. Coverage by Michael Graves, number 2. And the ball goes over to the Huskies here. They'll set up for a 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Well, quarterback Justin Hayden threw a nice ball deep, so we know he can throw the football, but they had him well covered. 2 people were all over halfback Josiah Allen, who's done it all for the Wildcats tonight. He's nonstop. He's in on every play, whether it be offense or defense.
2:24 late second quarter. It's been all Sheldon in case you've just dropped by. The Delta League champs pouring it on, and they run Williams off the right side for a good gain. He's had a superlative season and does not start, and he's used sparingly, yet he has still run for nearly 500 yards this season.
Exactly, Will. He and running back Johnson both come in there with 448 and 474 respectively, and they're the backup running backs to Tyrell Smith.
From the 42, a 2nd and 3, I formation, turn and give. Big hole leaking through for an easy first down. That was some nice line blocking right there. And you can see fresh legs and a frisky step in there for Williams.
Well, they've got a number of replacements. There's a good shot of you see Williams going inside, picking up an easy 5, and they've got a few clean shirts in that lineup right now.
Well, we're also going to look forward to seeing LaDon Johnson. He wears number 20, and as the Imperator said, he can really motor. Motion. They run wide. What an excellent defensive play to shut that down. Wow. Terrific.
Well, they try to go wide with Brooks, and I'll tell you what, we got a great play on that far side.
Was that Mayo? I didn't get a good look at that, but that was a good clean tackle. Suwa there.
It looked like Suwa or Charles on that far side.
So it's going to be a loss from the 48, 2nd and 12. Double wide to the near side. Turn and give. Nice containment again. So that defense coming up now, Williams shut down before he could get back to the original line of scrimmage. He does pick up a couple, but it's now going to be a 3rd and 10.
Well, I think that obviously they're not in any hurry. In fact, if you look at the far sideline, they're getting ready to go to the half here. They're not even going to run another play.
Matter of fact, we are halfway home here at Cosumnes Oaks High School, where visiting Sheldon is cruising 49-0 over host Franklin. And momentarily, we'll be joining our colleague Lauren Goodman. She'll be visiting with the respective head coaches of our 2 teams this evening in a ball game that is the regular season finale here, week 10 in this Delta League matchup. And in 1 week's time, it'll be playoff football breaking out all over the section. And of course, we'll be handling a part of that with our upcoming telecast for the next few weeks. Okay, let's join Lauren Goodman.
Coach, a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive reinforcement. I know you guys are in the Valley right now, but how important is it for your team to stay high?
That's sort of all we can do at this point. You know, there's a chance the rest of this game for a lot of kids who maybe haven't played as much throughout the course of this year to get in and get some playing time and get some varsity football experience. So, yeah, we stay positive. They're good kids. They'll keep playing.
Coach, what do you need to tell your team or to encourage your team to continue playing in the second half?
There's no big picture kind of stuff now. There's no, I don't care about the scoreboard at this point. It's every single play, can we just go out, and I want them to have fun and execute and do their job and just sort of shrink their focus in that way.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Lauren. I sure like the way he said that. It's very realistic, very sensible, and excellent advice from the first-year head coach. So we're 49-0, as you see there. Sheldon cruising, and we'll come back for more of Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Sorry, I almost killed you. You've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, we're here at the Franklin Consume This Stadium tonight, and the score right now is Sheldon 49, Franklin 0. But I'm here with the activities director for Franklin. What's going on the campus of Franklin right now?
Oh, we got all kinds of good stuff going on. Franklin High School is a happening place. There's always something going. We just finished up Powder Puff football on Tuesday night, and the girls get really involved in that. We have about 90 girls per grade level that play, and then about 90 guys cheerlead. So it's a big event, and the girls really get into it. It's a lot of fun. The seniors won this year. They beat the juniors, and then in the freshman-sophomore game, the freshmen beat the sophomores. So it was a fun event. Upcoming, we've got some academic awards nights and food fairs and all kinds of fun things going on. So it's definitely a happening place for sure.
A lot of people don't know how much work it actually puts into putting these activities on and putting these events on to build the culture at any campus. How big is it here at Franklin?
You know, it's busy, but it's fun. I enjoy what I do, and most importantly, I have a great staff. The staff at Franklin's awesome, super supportive, and the kids that I work with are the best. I got the best job in the world. The kids that I have in my class, they're awesome.
Now, on top of being the activities director here, you're also the baseball coach here. And how is baseball looking right now?
Baseball's looking good. Yeah, we had a great year last year. We were 23-8. We were the #1 seed in the playoffs and got knocked out in the semis. But I like our group coming back this year. We had a great summer and a great fall. And I think there's going to be some good things for Franklin baseball this upcoming season.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. A lot going on down at Franklin. We'll be right back.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing, totally last thing.
Yeah.
Is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Well, we're here at the Sheldon-Franklin game. Sheldon 49 right now, Franklin 0. And I'm here with Mike Cody, the AD at Franklin. What's going on? Fall's coming to an end right now. So winter sports are coming up. How are you getting prepared for that?
Well, winter sports start on Monday, and we're pretty excited about our 5 teams we've got coming in. We've been doing clearance cards all week, getting kids ready to go, and we've got about 350 kids trying out for sports, so that's great. Our turnout is always high at Franklin, and we're excited. We've got a new girls soccer coach, Bryn Conkle. She was our 2010 Athlete of the Year, so it's nice to have alumni come back and kind of lead the charge there. And then we've got Jesse Formaker, Kid Manfredi, and Nick Charney, and Neil Westmore that are all coming back in their programs. 3 of those guys are on campus, so that's a huge thing for our program as well.
Talking to Coach Boland before the game, he talked about how much you guys support him, support his vision. How big is it as an AD? Do you want to support your coaches in pulling out their philosophy so your kids can excel?
Well, that's the biggest thing. You've got to be able to support your coaches. Is that they put in a lot of time. Their heart's in the right place always, and we've got great men and women who are leading our kids. Sometimes, we have seasons where the results don't always turn out the way we want them to do, but that doesn't mean they're not putting in the time. And we're big on support. I coach on campus as well. I coach baseball and have since the school opened, and so I know what it takes to be a coach on our campus, and we're excited about our coaching staff across the board. So.
Not your first senior night, okay? But how special is senior night, and what does it mean to this Franklin community?
Well, community is our big thing. I mean, we try to make sure that we're always pushing community. We had our junior Wildcat cheerleaders out here earlier tonight, and we want them to be part of the Franklin community. We don't have a stadium, but we make this our stadium on Friday nights. We want them in our gyms. We want them at our baseball and softball fields, and we want to recognize them for all their hard work. A lot of these kids have been wearing purple since they were in 3rd or 4th grade, and this is their last time doing it, and we're excited to honor them and looking forward to what they're going to do in the future.
Looks like Franklin is in good hands right now. Well, that's all from the field back. We'll be right back.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Sheldon 49, Franklin 0. And right now you see the cheerleaders coming off the field. They just had a halftime performance. We'll be talking to their cheer coach shortly, hopefully in this halftime setting. But the cheer team is doing a lot, and we have a lot in store. We're going to go swing it up to Will.
Okay, lots of festive activity here at Casumnas Oaks High School. We're just about concluding the intermission here. It's senior night for Franklin High School, the hosts. And sadly for Wildcats fans, action on the field has not gone their way. The visiting Sheldon Huskies, the Delta League champions, have basically taken complete full control of this game early on. Their offense has been as impressive as their defense, and 49-zip is the count. Well, the weekly rankings always compiled by the Imperator, Jim Domino, so let's take a peek at Domino's dozen.
Let's start with Folsom. both state-ranked and nationally ranked. The Folsom Bulldogs still won Intercom under Terry Stark, unbeaten. Number 2, Placer, Joey Montoya's club, unbeaten. Del Oro playing Folsom tonight. The winner will win the SFL. Monterey Trail, undefeated. Capital Christian, Sheldon, with a huge win over number 8, Jesuit, last Saturday. Oak Ridge at 9, Antelope at 10. Granite Bay hanging in there at 11. Elk Grove we saw last week at 12. In the red zone, we have Grant, and still fighting for a playoff berth. Joey, certainly Mike Albergini's ball club hanging in there. Colfax, Wood Creek, Bear River, Rio Linda having a tremendous year. Center with a big game tonight versus them. Casa Roble, the Rams finally back up top. And Burbank kind of slowly creeping back into the playoff picture after losing their first 3 ball games.
Well, that's quite a comeback by Coach Heffernan and the Thundering Herd, and we'll get a lot more validation on exactly how impressive that is once the playoffs start in 1 week's time. And again, tomorrow, the big day with the committee. So let's bounce it down to Lauren Goodman.
Coach, your defense outscored your offense in that half. How big or valuable is that?
Well, our defense did a nice job. I thought we did a good job in all 3 phases, and obviously gave us a good lead, and we're glad for that.
Coach, big lead. How do you keep your team focused and disciplined in the second half?
That's going to be a challenge. We talk to the kids about that right now. We got to make sure that we're smart about things, and then we walk away from things and just play football. So hopefully the kids heeded our advice, and hopefully they'll do it.
Good luck, Coach. See you at the end of the game.
Okay, Goody. Thank you very much. Coach Catalico, certainly appreciating the lead, but as you know, he's looking at the bigger picture and wants his club to continue to focus.
Well, he certainly does. He's home free on the being champions of the Tough Delta League, and certainly this is nothing new to Joe, having great success at Pleasant Grove before he got to Sheldon. And I know, as you said, Will, he's looking at the big picture. Stay healthy tonight, get this win, and win it outright. There's no need for you to have a tie for the league title, even though if Jesuit and them tie, they head-to-head, they still are champions. But when you've played this well, their only loss in the opening game is to unbeaten Monterey Trail. And since then, they've got 9 in a row, and we've seen them several times, Will. They seem to be getting better.
I fully agree with that. We're going to take a pause right now and come right back for the second half kickoff.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television. You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for?
Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers.
Feed the pig.
Under a near full moon, head coach Joe Catalico of the front-running Sheldon Huskies looking on here as we near the start of the second half. His ball club in charge, 49-0. We just heard a few quotes from Coach Catalico with Lauren Goodman, and he's looking ahead now, and as well he should. This game is in charge, and we'll have a running clock enforced beginning here in the second half with the 49-0 Bulge. And certainly all eyes will be on the early returns of tomorrow's, Saturday's, results from the Sac Joaquin Section Committee that will be seeding the upcoming playoffs that begin in 1 week.
Well, certainly all eyes will be upon that, and hopefully we'll get notice as quickly as we can, preferably by hopefully early afternoon. There is one o'clock contest going on which could have a bearing on one of the spots, so perhaps we're not going to get an answer till maybe late afternoon between 4 and 5.
And who is in that matinee tomorrow?
Well, at U Stadium, Sacramento High and Christian Brothers are playing their last game of the season, a league game, and it does have playoff aspirations.
Well, you see the split screen. Joe Catolico left, Evan Boylan right, veteran of many campaigns to the left. First year for Evan Boylan on the right here at Franklin High School, succeeding the outstanding Mike Johnson, the highly successful former coach there, piling up tremendous numbers in his time leading Franklin. Now under a new head coach, and certainly when we spoke with Evan earlier, he's going to take pluses away from this game as well. Well, you see the deployment for the kickoff return. Sheldon kicking to Franklin. Allen and Smith deep to receive, and here's Guzman pooching short to the right, taken outside the 20. And they're going to wind up with some pretty good field position here on the short kick, and little scuffling on the far side of the field as that ball was returned there by Murray.
And there you saw Ziantra Brooks, number 21, putting a hit on him on the out of bounds and give him a little toss to remember by.
And you see a penalty walk-off for that infraction. Coach Domino always with the sharp eagle eye. Yes, unnecessary. Penalty well-deserved. 1st and 10, Franklin from the Wildcat 45. Well, they only have Mount Everest to climb, trailing here by 49. They run left on 1st down, and it goes backward fast. Tough D over there. Allen has had an interesting evening.
Well, he has, and I think you're going to see a couple of more running backs get their opportunity along with Allen with that squad, and we're going to see a couple of new jerseys in there, clean jerseys from the Husky side.
Well, they call it a gain of 2, so we'll make it 2nd and 8. Head coach Evan Boylan, who you saw up along the sideline, taking one play at a time to try to gather the attention of this very young ball club. Getting the carry that time for the Wildcats, Cameron Nails, junior running back. As we see virtually on every play, quarterback Justin Hayton going to the sideline to confer.
Well, think about it. First game ever as a varsity quarterback. Certainly, I'm sure he's quite nervous going into this game.
On 3rd and 6, they try to run it, but nothing doing there. Into a crowd for a gang tackle. Shy of a first. Nails again with the carry.
Well, here's Nails getting his chance. 3 straight carries, and I wouldn't doubt, you know what, that they go for it. It's 4th and a long 4. The question is, are they going to pass or play action pass, or are they going to give it to Nails on a sweep? Let's see what we do here.
Well, they have nothing to lose by going for it here, which they are. Let's see if they can make 4 yards and pick up a first. Nails in the backfield. We see motion. Hayden rolls, wants to throw, rushed, throws, broken up, incomplete. Nice defense up along the near sideline, registered by Sheldon's Gabriel Brown. So the ball goes over to the Huskies. 1st and 10 upcoming for Sheldon, operating near midfield.
And the clock ticking away as we take another look at that play. Quarterback Hayden on the direct snap starts to flush the pocket right. He's rolling, looking for a receiver, and forces the ball out of bounds almost to the intended receiver. And Sheldon once again takes over, a great field position.
They'll operate from their own 49-yard line. Double wide receivers to the right. Turn and give. Williams drag. down, and his knee touched. Boy, that was some spirited defensive play and a good effort by Williams to try to shake loose.
Well, I'll tell you what, give credit to Mosey Sua. I'll tell you, he is one strong individual. He tossed Williams around with one hand.
Check out number 17 here, Sua.
Look. Mosey gets a piece of him here and said, "You're not getting away from me." There you go.
So it's going to bring up they lose a yard, 2nd and 11 from the Husky 48. Double wide to the near side this time. First man through.
There you go. Not quite enough to move the chains.
Boy, oh boy. Fabian Joseph.
Yes, I like, again, Will, we mentioned he doesn't get many carries. Coming into this tonight, he's only had 11 carries all season long. But we know he's one of the best blockers in the league.
A leveler, yes. Tremendous. Okay, gain of 6, 3rd and 5. Here's a toss. Right side running is shut down by a superior defensive play.
Well, give Lucas May all credit for reading that play all the way.
That'll bring up a 4th and 5. Sheldon sends in their punt unit. Let's take another look at that. Here's the toss. There's the punt, nearly blocked. It takes a Sheldon bounce, a good one too. So, a good stand by the Franklin defense as we see Coach Boylan up along the Wildcat sideline there talking to his converted wide receiver to quarterback, Hayden. Running clock in effect, 5:50 and rolling. Joe Catolico, the veteran head coach there along that Sheldon sideline, observing his defense. Well, they came up big on that short yardage run play. And they're getting extra reserves into the ball game. Solano with that carry for the Wildcats. Solano, who has done the punting tonight as well. This is a very, very, very young Franklin ball club. More short yardage running that will not get it done. Solano again. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 after a couple of hard shots into the line. Hayden to the sideline, now back to the huddle.
Well, we got a beautiful full moon night, Will. Little to no breeze. Just a great night to come out and watch a football game.
Comfortable conditions, to be sure. A blast into the line. I don't think he's quite got enough. He's short. And we'll see what they want to do on 4th. They need about 2 yards to cash in a 1st down. So there's a good look at that Sheldon defense there along that front line. They've been pretty good and getting better week by week.
Well, it is, and tonight, of course, they've had 3 big defensive plays. And they've made it difficult for Allen and company to run against them. And this is a solid football team that can hurt you in many ways.
Charles with a line drive punt. It's going to bounce once and be taken. Not going far at all. That's what you call a gang tackle. Well, I'll tell you, that was a chancy return by Julian Woods. But the ball goes over on a defensive stop by Sheldon, so the Huskies will take over with excellent field position starting from their 42-yard line here. Rolling clock now, under 3 minutes here in the third.
As you see, they're taking their time coming out of the huddle. There's no hurry. And going to run what they call a 4-minute offense, meaning take your time, use maximum number of seconds in the get ready to play, and milk the clock. So that's what you're seeing here.
Elon Dorsey with the stop on the Justin Williams blast. He gets about 3 on the play. We'll make it 2nd and 7. Football at the Husky 45. Quick hitter right up the middle. Good line surge. They're just shy of a first down, but not by much, by a yard or so.
Once again,
I really like the timing on that, the way the line reacted and the quick hit to the hole.
they're running straight ahead dives and the line's getting off. And number 14 picking up 4 or 5 yards at a clip.
3rd and a yard, I formation shown. And that should be enough for a Sheldon first down.
Sheldon, good fill.
Less than a minute remaining with the running clock here. The 3rd period expiring rapidly. First down upcoming. Left side running, turn the corner. Good speed to the outside before it's shut down near the 25-yard line. Move the chains. First down Huskies as they continue to pile up big dividends with their ground game. Here's another look at the play.
Watch, bounce outside. No, that's you're not going to tackle him with an arm tackle as we come to the close of our 3rd quarter.
And that will do it here. We've played 3. 49-0, Sheldon on top. The Delta League champs are cruising. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Well, we're set for 4th quarter play here at Cosumnes Oaks High School. Visiting Sheldon on top, 49-0, as you see there on senior night here for Franklin. Huskies, though, on the move again. Of course, they stay on the ground. Thrown down hard. Well, I must say that was some rude, harsh treatment there as Brooks was dropped. after a short 1-yard run. Suwa with the tackle.
Well, I'm impressed with Suwa. He is a tough linebacker and occasionally gets that opportunity to run a little bit in that backfield. A very strong, tough runner and a solid linebacker.
So 2nd and 9 for the Huskies. Salinas under center, turn and give to the near side. Brooks blasted for a loss. Well, let's turn our attention down to field level and Lauren Goodman. What you got, Goody?
Well, I'm here with Kathy Harris, cheer coach. Yes. How long have you been cheering or working with the cheer program here?
I have been with the cheer program for 8 years. This is my 8th year.
Awesome. Now, I know everybody usually sees the cheerleaders there in the glitz and glam on game day, but what other activities does cheer also participate in or do during the season?
Our Franklin cheer team participates in October Breast Cancer Month in many ways by having a gala where we raise money to donate towards making strides against breast cancer. And we also go to the walks and cheer the walkers and survivors on at that walk, the Making Strides, and also at the Komen walk. And then, of course, we have pink. We don't have our pink uniforms on tonight, but normally they wear pink uniforms the whole October. And then we just performed at the Kings game at their pink game. They honor us by having us perform at their halftime. So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, it looks like cheer is doing a lot of great things here at Franklin. Back to you, Will.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. Yes, I imagine that was quite a thrill to be performing at the Golden One Center, home of the Sacramento Kings. So the Huskies come up to the line of scrimmage, the football parked at the 36-yard line of Franklin here with about 9:45 to go in this game. That will not get it done. They got clipped with the penalty on the previous play and then hit for a loss there. So credit Franklin's defense for slamming the door.
Well, they really are coming ahead, and I believe you're going to see the first punt tonight of Sheldon.
Well, we shall see. Good snap on target. A boot that'll come down near the goal line into the end zone, touchback and out to the 20, and that's where the Franklin Wildcats will start their offense here as we creep slowly toward the middle of the fourth quarter here in this Delta League finale. It's going to be 4th and 18. Oh, my word. Lots of flailing out there. Franklin with the pill on 2nd down, turn and give. Nice little hole off the left side. Again, Evan Boylan, first-year head coach for Franklin, trying to take one play at a time in this daunting situation, and with a young ball club, just 12 seniors on this Franklin roster this year. He's got most of it coming back to him, and he wants to instill some fundamental education right here.
Well, and he will. You know, he's got 7 juniors and 2 sophomores coming back on offense.
No, this is a prideful program. They're not going to be down for long. They get a carry that time from Fonbuena. who during the course of the season, as you see Coach Boylan there on the sideline, was a terror on defense, registering more than 60 tackles.
Yes, he had 63 tackles, and they're counting on him next year as a linebacker and a running back. And I'm also impressed how hard Cameron Nails is running tonight.
He's getting his chance and making the most of it. Delay and a quick opener, shuts quickly, but a nice initial burst. I think with the way Coach Boylan narrowed the perspective of this situation as we see Nails get up.
Nails is Nails, isn't he?
He is tough as nails. Well, the sudden ferocity of the Sheldon attack this evening, taking the wind out of the sails of this senior night here at Franklin, but the Wildcats never say die, putting forth great effort to try to represent in this regular season finale as Hayden there got stuck with the football.
Well, there was a little mix-up between Nails, 22, and Hayden on the handoff, and Hayden got stuck with the ball, and he's trying his best. Coach is giving him a lot of encouragement. Once again, this would normally be a punting down, but with a running clock, hey, third down, correction, but why kick it?
Okay, pistol formation, handed to Nails. He's close, and we'll see about the first down, and it is apparently enough for a first down. Roll the clock, move the stakes. Referee Joe Freeman moving things along.
Well, this is a good experience here from that young Wildcat squad, and Hayden will remember this forever. He really will. You know, here he is starting his first game, Justin Hayden, normally a wide receiver and never having played quarterback.
And whistles are going to stop this play, and I think it bears repeating. We certainly have missed.
False start. Offense, number 29. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
It's disappointing that we missed the play tonight of quarterback Brandon Rundgren of Franklin High School and his favorite target, wide receiver Michael Hardy, two key players in the Franklin offensive attack. And also Rundgren does the punting for this team. So,
well, he punts, has a 40-yard average, .8.
Short yardage carry.
I want to pick up on Rundgren a little further. As you mentioned, he's a punter. He's run for almost 200 yards this year. He's thrown for 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's a big part of the offense, and you'll hear about him next year. Unfortunately, Brandon, off that Davis game, is under concussion protocol, but from my understanding, he's a hard-working guy, and he's got good size. Colleges are looking at him at 6'3", 190, so look for him next year, Will.
No question about it. No, he'll be a force for them, and certainly tonight he's inactive, but he was an honorary captain for Franklin this evening. And again, Michael Hardy, sorry we didn't get to see that fine junior wide receiver, but he'll be returning as well. Coming into this ball game tonight, you know, Hardy had put up some serious numbers, and of course that combination will be intact.
Well, very serious numbers, yes.
He had 29 catches for 544, 18.8 average, 5 touchdowns.
Oh, yes.
So I'm sorry we didn't get to see some of that tonight.
No, big part of their offense.
Draw play does not work out. Clock continuing to roll on in a running clock pace. 2:20 and rolling. So 4th and about 15 upcoming for Franklin High in the final stages of a one-sided ball game that was decided early on in this Week 10 Delta League regular season final to put a cherry on top of the Sheldon Sunday.
Couldn't do anything wrong.
and a 9-1 mark.
Yeah, and they're playing.
They go for it on 4th. Hayden sets up and fires. 2 Sheldon receivers and another pass interception, and Hunt has the interception.
Well, Hunt came into tonight's contest with 2 picks for the year, and it gives him 3. I'm impressed with that secondary of Hunt, Brown, Graves, and Janelle. Very experienced secondary.
They are solid, and besides the 3 picks for Hunt, he's blocked at least 4 kicks this year, a couple of PATs and a couple of field goal attempts, including the one out at Jesuit last week. So here we go on the interception. Ball goes over, and first down for Sheldon here with less than a minute remaining in this Week 10 ball game. Despite the one-sided ball game tonight, the rooters and the spirit factor for Franklin High remained intact here on senior night. Loyalty is a wonderful thing.
Well, I love to see that school spirit, and it certainly shows here at Franklin. We've been here many times, and I think 2 of the more impressive teams that use this field is, of course, of Cosumnes and Franklin. Very impressed with their administration and their student body. They've got the whole works going for them, Will.
Class act. So I doubt if they'll snap. The clock has reached 0, and as Bill Paxton said once in Aliens, game over, man. Game over, as Sheldon High School rolls to a 49-0 victory in Week 10 to cap a terrific 9-1 regular season for Joe Catolico's ball club, and of course they are playoff bound.
Yes, they are, and it's going to be interesting where the seating committee has put that ball club, and there you see some great sportsmanship taking place between these 2 teams, and these people all know each other pretty well in the Elk Grove School District, and so, as you mentioned, Coach Catolico and his staff put away another league championship, and no ties, and now they go into playoffs, and I definitely think they have a chance for one of those seeds, and I'm assuming with their size they definitely have to be D1 because they're just too big enrollment-wise.
I agree with that assessment, and as you mentioned just a moment ago, a league title for Joe Catolico. He rolled up 4 of those while at Pleasant Grove, and now in his 3rd season at Sheldon, he claims his first Delta League title with the Huskies.
And he may get another shot at TJ's Monterey Trail.
Wouldn't that be something? Well, when we come back to our post-game segment here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, Lauren Goodman will be visiting with our players of the game, so stay with us. You don't want to miss that part. We'll be right back.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C² = 25. Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Well, the verdict is in and the decision is final this evening in Elk Grove here at Cosumnes Oaks High School on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. A one-sided affair as Delta League champion Sheldon crushes Franklin by a final count of 49-0. Lots of big plays and good players in tonight's ball game, and I think we picked a couple of the best ones for our players of the game. And let's take a look now. We can isolate our choices. Terrell Smith, the outstanding two-way starter, running back, linebacker for the Sheldon Huskies, and Moses Suwa of Franklin High, one of the premier defenders we've seen around town this season. Lauren Goodman is standing by with our players of the game. Lauren?
Well, tonight was full of great plays, and I'm with two players that did outstanding on both sides of the field. First, for Franklin Wildcats, I'm here with Mo. Tonight was your senior night, and I know you played with a lot of energy and emotion. What were you going through on the field as you played your last game?
I was just trying to go out there and play my heart out. It's my last game. I don't know if I'm playing college or not. Just try to play my best.
So you played with a lot of energy, hitting really, really hard, even down to the last seconds. You just played with a lot of spunk, a lot of step in it. How much do you love football?
I love football. I mean, that's what my coaches taught me. My defensive coaches told me don't stop until the whistle's blown. And I try to do my best.
Senior, what did you want to leave for the underclassmen? Full of team, full of underclassmen. What did you want to leave as your last marker, your last legacy for them?
Just want them to go out there and have fun. Just play ball.
Thank you so much, Mo. Good luck on the rest of your season and going on to college. And I'm here with Terrell Smith for Sheldon. The running back ran hard, made it very effective. How big is it for you to run hard and then lead your team into the success like tonight?
I think it's really big. I like how my team trusts me to run the ball like that. So, I mean, for me to run the ball how I usually do, they put the trust in me and I just do what I do with the ball. So that's...
You were kind of all over the field. Now, it's really hard to block a punt and then recover and go score the touchdown. What was going on during that play?
My other outside Elijah, he said he was going to go get it. So I said I was going to go with him. When he blocked it, I just knew that it was going to be a touchdown. I pushed him. I mean, he was nowhere near it. Picked it up, scored. So I never did that before either. So that was my first time scoring off a punt. So that was exciting. So, yeah.
So tonight was just one closing cap on your goals probably for the season. What is your mentality or your team's mentality going in, getting ready for this playoffs in the next week?
We got to have the same mentality. I like the mentality we had against Jesuit. You know, the way we play, we got to have that same mentality from now on. Playoffs, no joke, one and done. So me and my team, we got the championship mentality, and I think we got to keep that up. We're going to keep that up, and we're going to keep going how we're doing.
Good luck on the playoffs and the rest of the season, Tyrell. Well, now I have the winning coach tonight, Coach Joe Calico. You and your team came out guns a-blazing. I kind of talked to you before the game, and you talked about coming out with a playoff mentality, a playoff speed. How do you feel your team showed up tonight?
I thought we did a good job in the first half. I thought we came out sharp. I thought we lost a little bit of that as the game went on, but it was good. We got to play a lot of kids and get everybody in the ball game, so it was a nice way to finish the regular season.
So tonight capped it off, Coach. You're officially Delta League champs, 9-1, Coach. What does that mean as a step in your program or step to you guys' season goals?
Well, it was a big goal for us, and our biggest goal is to try to improve on a daily basis, and I think we were able to do that on the field and in the classroom. You know, every single kid on our team passed every single class in the classroom, which is a really big accomplishment for a football team. And so we're proud of that, and we work really hard at all aspects of it, the academic side, the football side of it. And so the Delta Championship is a great accomplishment for these kids. It's a really good league, and I'm proud of the way that they did it.
Coach, obviously I got to ask you about getting ready for the playoffs. It hasn't been determined yet, but from a coaching aspect, what do you want your team to prepare for, or how do you feel going into this playoff week?
Well, you know, the biggest thing for us is we know the playoffs are single elimination, and so it's going to be about which team really wants to keep playing. That ends up being the key, and if we want to keep playing more than the other team does, we'll find a way to win, and if they want to keep playing more than we will, then we'll be in trouble. So that's the challenge before us.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck next week in the playoffs. Back to you, Will.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. Certainly Joe Catolico, very proud of his ball club and the accomplishment of the securing the Delta League Championship, Coach Domino, but I really appreciate and admire his comments about the academic side of things for these student athletes.
Well, Coach Catolico has always preached that in all of his stops. And I know he learned that in his early childhood from Papa Catolico, the legend, really down there in the Bay Area in Los Gatos. So it's family-oriented. He's a great family guy. His whole staff is in it, and they're in it for more than just the football, and is what I like. They believe in discipline. They believe in getting a good GPA in the classroom and going to class. And then, of course, it translates onto the field where they're very solid in fundamentals. So I feel he runs one of the top programs in the Sacramento area.
Well said, and full agreement. Well, you saw the shot toward the sky on senior night here for Franklin High School, but it was a bad moon rising for the host Wildcats tonight, going up against the Delta League champion Sheldon Huskies, and shorthanded at that. So our appreciation to Coach Evan Boylan and the effort of his staff and ball club under such adverse conditions, and certainly our congrats to Coach Catolico, his staff, and the Delta League champion Sheldon Huskies. So lots of mixed feelings and emotions now looking ahead to tomorrow's selection committee to try to piece things together. And just a quick overview, Jim, of the number of schools and the differential in the size of the brackets.
In the Sac Joaquin section, there are, in this particular section, there are 200 schools. 181 of them participate in football. Of the 181, 78 teams will get to be selected in the playoffs, ranging from Division I, the larger schools, to down to Division VII, the smaller schools. And most of them this year, it's a little different format. So there will be first-round byes, which we haven't seen in the past. And so it's very important to try to get a 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed where you get you go right into the second round.
Nice summary, Imperator. Tonight, here at Cosumnes Oaks High School in Elk Grove, the Sheldon Huskies take out Franklin by a score of 49-0. That being said, Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew extend their deep appreciation to the Franklin High School administration, particularly to Athletic Director Mike Cody, for their cooperation and assistance for tonight's special presentation. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is indeed a special sports production of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. And for the Imperator of Analysis, Jim Domino, Lauren Goodman, our game director, Gary Martin, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. We thank you for joining us tonight and look forward to the next occasion when we can cross your path. So long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.